successful 3 days, something that we all feel really good about, and just concluded with some really exciting signings after the draft that we've just committed to, and a lot of good stuff happened in the last hour, and the last 3 days have been extremely productive for our organization, and a lot of hard work by a lot of great people, scouting people, coaching people. The entire operation really worked well together. There was a kind of a we mentality, and just a kind of a unified, goal of making this place better as soon as we can make it better. And we added a lot of good players, and a lot of players that we believe in, that believe in what we believe in. So just a very productive 3 days. We're all very excited. So I just really want to thank a lot of people in this building for the hard work. So with that, jump in.
Hey, Lance, what do you think this team has made the biggest impact over the last 3 days, and what's your overall takeaway?
Really, I think we added, without getting specific about positions, or I feel like we added our kind of football players, if that makes sense. Wherever we drafted, Coach Quinn has a saying that this isn't for everybody, and we drafted the kind of people that fit to what we do here and that believe in what we believe in, and just added a lot of those kind of character people to our building and to our organization. So I think that's where we improved the most, is we added a lot of people that believe in what we believe in and have the same goal that we have in the end.
Adam mentioned yesterday getting a commander tag. Is that like something that's on the draft board? And if so, like, what does that entail?
Yeah, it's something that we designate players with, that kind of alluded to what I just said. They have the same kind of core beliefs and just the mentality that we believe in here. So we assign that when it's appropriate to people through the draft process, and it just gives us an indication that this is our kind of guy, and that's definitely part of the process for us is looking for those kind of people.
This is your first draft altogether. Could you kind of take us through how the process went, what everybody's different roles were, and how do you think, I guess, the process went?
I thought the process went really well, especially, it was a little bit condensed from a normal cycle where a lot of different people coming in at a lot of different times. And, when we spoke a couple weeks ago, I talked about we got here and we basically had 70 days to get this thing together, and kind of with the focus being this weekend. And I'm really pleased with how it came together. From our college scouting staff, our pro scouting staff, the coach involvement was critical. All the support staff, and really, I don't know that people realize everybody in the organization ends up having some part of the draft, whether it's your medical team, whether it's your, just kind of your general support staff. And there was just such a great collective energy and effort to make it all good and make it as good as we could make it in a short amount of time. And it ended up being probably much better than I anticipated in the end, like the whole entire process. Just a great collaboration, great energy, very positive, and very pleased with the results.
Lance, obviously everybody wants to bring in the high-character football-type guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was different about how you guys approached it to look for those kind of guys? Was there anything different about that process?
Well, I think we just determined exactly what our belief is, what we really demand and expect in the people that we bring in here. And as we talked through each guy, we decided this guy meets our criteria. This guy, believes in what we believe in, and is going to be, built to last in this kind of environment. So as we went through the process, some people, didn't quite make the cut. A lot of guys did, and we felt like we took a lot of guys that have that mindset and that, kind of that build for this place.
If you can give also a quick rundown of the three guys from today, Jordan
Sure.
and Walter. You know who they are.
Yeah. So McGee from Temple, a guy that we really liked, through the process. Both sides, scouting staff was very excited about him. Coaching side was very excited about him. I'm sure you've seen a lot of reports on the athlete himself in terms of, testing and numbers. A long, rangy, athletic, guy that can really cover ground. A captain, a guy that kind of fits that commander mold a little bit in terms of mindset, just very dedicated to the game, kind of lives and breathes football. It really checked on a lot of boxes for us, and really excited to get him. Yeah, Dominique Hampton, a really intriguing prospect. Kind of a unique body type. He's played safety. He's got some linebacker traits, a lot of versatility, a lot of ways that pick can go for us. We were really excited about getting that athlete in our building. Long, fast, big time testing numbers in the process. Physical, competitive. Like I said, he's got a lot of experience kind of in different roles on defense, and we had a vision for how we would be able to use him both short term and long term. He's got very high upside on special teams as well, so a really exciting developmental athlete for us. And then John Baptiste, another guy that long, athletic, another guy that loves football. We're very excited about his opportunity here. It was a great phone call when we picked him. He was very, very excited and very emotional, and just really excited to add the length, the athleticism, the pass rush upside. There's just a lot of athletic traits in really all those picks today that we're excited about.
Take 3 more. Hey, Lance, to broaden out to the overall roster, when you guys do your internal scouting to figure out what you guys have here and then you sign your free agents, is there an example of, like, from that process led to the draft plan? Like, hey, we think we need more of this, or we want this type of player. Does anything kind of like that stand out?
Well, I think when we got here, we did a pretty good, I'd call it like a self-evaluation of exactly what we have, what we needed, where we were good. I think you're always evaluating your situation internally, both short-term and long-term. You have to kind of take both views, and I think we were really aggressive addressing those in free agency, obviously, with those kind of, I've really never been a part of anything like that in terms of numbers and commitments. But I thought we got really good, really fast. I thought we really did a good job of flipping and kind of getting better in a hurry in that regard. And then, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, it gave us a lot of flexibility this weekend to go after players that didn't really, we have to have this need. We were able to draft athletes, we were able to draft commanders, we were able to draft the guys we really wanted without being kind of handcuffed to needs, and we have to do this to play football. So, but in terms of, evaluating our roster, I think you're always doing that. You're always constantly, looking for how you can improve, how you can be better in every area. And when we got here, we really did a deep dive on that, to see where we were at. And
obviously, like, Dan and his staff will figure out where the guys play, but you have to pick the players. Mm-hmm. So, for example, say with, like, Sanistrell, if I'm saying that right, mm-hmm. You got, like, Quan Martin maybe would have thought would be sort of more the nickel before. Now you bring in him. What's the sort of the chicken and egg there of, like, you like the player, how does this fit? Or they say, hey, get us this guy, and how does that kind of work?
Well, we have great collaboration with those guys, great communication throughout the process. We've met multiple times to talk about roles and to talk about, how we're going to use everybody in that situation. And we have a good plan for both players. I guess I'll leave it at that.
Last two, David and Candy.
Adam kind of mentioned yesterday there was a specific player he was a little bit surprised was still there when you guys took him. Is there a player that stands out in your mind from all 3 days that stood out for you that you were generally kind of surprised he was still on the board?
I don't know that there was a shocking moment for me. I would say that I feel like when we took basically every player we took, I felt like it was a great situation in terms of value, and I don't feel like we reached or did anything in terms of, like, desperation or need. I felt like the players that we took made sense for us I felt like we got good value on all of them.
Lance, I know that you all are going through now it's the draft and then signing the undrafted free agents. So then what is the next step? What is the next kind of phase of this look like, say, from now to rookie camp?
So after tonight, like I said, we just had what I felt like it was a really successful post-draft process. We got some agreements done in the last half hour with some really exciting players that we were strongly considering in day 3 to draft. So I was very excited about that. The next short time between now and May is kind of a recovery a little bit. You take a breath, kind of reassess where we're at on our roster, see if there's anything that is glaring in terms of is there anything we missed? Is there anybody still out there on the street? We have a rookie mini camp in a couple weeks that will kick the tires on some guys that may have fallen through the cracks. So, but between now and then, I think it's more of a kind of a self-evaluation of what just happened, what's still out there, where are we still deficient, and do everything we can to address that.
All right. Thanks, Lance. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. We get the list on drafted free agents Monday, so. Well, thanks. Save your text to me till then.